they don't tell you what it is. They just show the Netflix logo at the end.
Right. Yeah, they don't name it.
Yeah, they don't name it. Um, so I don't know all that, like, because I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know who directed it. Like, no, there's not. I didn't know anything about it. So it reminded me of. I guess it would have been um, 1999.
Let's hop in the Wayback Machine. Grandpa's gonna tell us a story about the end of the 20th century.
What's going on, everyone? I am Phil, along here with Joe.
Hey, Phil. Happy couple days after Super Bowl. Have you recovered?
I mean, because the Eagles were not in it, which is our team. It was kind of stress free. Like I didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about like who was going to win, even though the team that I wanted to win did win. It was Seahawks, the
I,
Seattle
it,
Seahawks.
that sounds familiar. It's not so much that you wanted the Seahawks to win. It's more that you wanted the other team, the the Patriots, to lose. I feel bad. Like
Yeah,
the Patriots, they were this premier team, and like so many people loved them. But like even when they were the best, a lot of people hated them too. Probably because they were the best. But yeah, but it's unfair to the current crew. I mean, I especially felt bad for the quarterback. Like, I mean, he's so young, and it's such a huge opportunity, and had a great season. But there were so many people in the world just being like, "We hate you're the Kid Rock of quarterbacks," and even though he's not, is what I'm saying.
we're not here really to talk about the game. We're here to talk about the Super Bowl trailers that we saw. Um, so I don't know. Overall, Joe, what did you think of the trailers?
I mean, there's a lot of what we expected. If you go back, like on the channel, you can see we talked about what we were looking forward to. I would say there was, and of we got of the what we got that we expected. I was kind of meh about most of it.
Yeah,
Almost like not so interested in seeing what the updates were for things like, Mario or I mean, uh, whatever. There was one trailer though where I was like, "Holy crap!" and I couldn't. I was not anticipating it. I couldn't believe I was seeing it, and I couldn't believe my reaction to it. And that trailer was for the Jesus. I don't even know the name of the movie. It's the David Fincher sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written by Tarantino, directed by Fincher, starring Brad Pitt. When that showed up, and like within a second, I was like, "Holy crap!" Like right away what it is, and I was like, "Yes!" So I was very surprised to see that, and I was surprised
okay,
when I read.
yeah. So I will say that is the standout trailer for me as well.
Okay, good.
Um, but I didn't know like any of what you just said about it, honestly.
You didn't know? Had you seen? Well, you didn't know it was associated with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No,
Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I have seen that. Yes,
Okay, great. You knew it was Brad Pitt
I knew it was Brad Pitt because I recognize his face.
because you don't have uh, face blindness, which classically everyone knows Brad Pitt actually has. But yeah, and it was one of those movies where it was supposed to be Tarantino's final movie, but then he was kind of like, nah, I'm kind of thinking something else now. And Brad Pitt was like, is it all right if me and my buddy, and Tarantino was like, yeah. And David Fincher's like, I'm his buddy, let's go. But yeah, yeah, when it started running, I was like, whoa. And it helps that it's a really cool trailer, the way it's put together. Great choice of song, great like gimmick with they're editing out everything that's inappropriate. So like middle fingers and like anytime someone curses, there's like a scribble over their face. And what was great is my kids picked up on that right away. They're like, "What's wrong with this movie?" um, the thing that stood out to me though was like it didn't look look with your eyes great. Like great looking trailer. Like I'm excited about the story. I'm excited about seeing this character again. I'm excited about this creative team. But I was like, how is this a David Fincher movie? And like that guy's obviously wearing a wig. That guy's wearing a fake mustache. Like, how does this look fake? How does this look like later era Steven Spielberg spit polish over everything? Like, why does it look that way? I know Fincher's like so dedicated to make sure everything's perfect, but this didn't feel real. It didn't feel like a real trailer, or it didn't feel like a real thing that was happening. As opposed to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood feels like you're in that time period. They feel like real people. This felt like Brad Pitt going to a costume party dressed as Cliff Booth from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Just based on that, I was like really upset. I still hold out hope, but then the stupid Netflix logo shows up, and I was like, oh, I'm not even gonna get to see this in theaters. Um, so I have conflicting thoughts about it, but my excitement level is way up, and my expectation level is like, ooh.
Well, so, like, not knowing anything about the movie or, like, because like, there's no dialogue, I don't
Yeah,
think, in that commercial. They don't tell you what it is. They just show the Netflix logo at the end,
right.
which
Yeah, they don't
points me
name
to
it.
Netflix. Yeah, they don't name it. Um, so I don't know, all that, like, 'cause I don't know, because didn't have any expectations of it being connected to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like, I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know who directed it. Like, no, there's not. I didn't know anything about it. So, like, I thought the way they played up the censorship aspect of it, like, makes it a little bit more intriguing. Like, where it's like, well, what's going on there? And then, like, not to hear anything like dialogue wise, or know like who the characters are, what the story's about, like,
Yeah.
and just show the Netflix logo was very intriguing to me. So I'm down to watch it. Like, I would like to watch it and figure out, like, so it reminded me of, I guess it would have been, um 1999,
Let's hop in the Wayback Machine. Grandpa's gonna tell us a story about the end of the 20th century.
but because the only time the first time that I think many of us heard about this movie, The Matrix, was from that Super Bowl commercial.
Is that the first time we heard about it? Like,
That's the first
no
time I
one
heard
knew.
about it.
Really? I don't know if I knew that. What did they show? Do you remember?
I mean, they showed, like, I don't know that they showed any, like, dialogue scenes. It was mostly action, like a lot of the things that you associate with The Matrix, with the
Bullet time? And yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Nice. Probably blew minds.
yeah.
Yeah. And then that came out, I think June or July,
It
right?
was April.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The summer season's getting pushed back even further.
It was I think it might have actually technically even been, like, end of March, beginning of April.
What do we know? You think they're trying to is it even coming out soon? Because they didn't really
I
say
don't
anything.
know.
It just says here summer 2026. And honestly, they could probably drop it whenever they want.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. I think the mystery behind it, not knowing anything about it, was really something that intrigued me about the movie. So I'm down. And
Yeah.
that was definitely the standout for me.
That's yeah. Same too. Completely unexpected, completely fresh, and even though like I said, I'm conflicted about some of it, like, just excited to know it's, like, in the world and it's happening and we're gonna see it. I think we should also make time to talk about a beer commercial that was played. A beer commercial set in a galaxy far, far away with the Mandalorian and Grogu. I was like, are they doing a bit? It really felt like it was the Clydesdale sort of Heineken or Budweiser commercial, sorry. Um, just with Star Wars.
And I think that's probably what they were going for.
They weren't
Um,
clear enough. They should have asked Budweiser if they could have used a can. And or even if it's written in the other language or whatever, they should have really gone over the top with it, because for them to then sort of pitch it as like an ad for Mandalorian Grogu and not Budweiser, I don't know. It felt cheap. It felt weird, and it did not work for me. And I'm sure that's what everyone else, like, most of the internet is having the same complaint. So like, nothing original here, but I was really, really surprised by it.
yeah. So I don't know if I mentioned this in our previous video about Super Bowl commercials, but I played this game when watching Super Bowl commercials. It's called beer commercial or car commercial,
Sure.
where within the first, like, few, like, seconds of the commercial coming on, you have to commit to either it being a beer commercial or a car commercial. Because like it can be surprisingly hard to discern which one's which from the first few seconds because they do try um to switch things up on you just so you don't know. But I feel like Mandalorian Grogu is kind of playing on that where it's like, oh, this must be a beer commercial. Oh wait, no, it's
Star
for
Wars
Mandalorian
commercial.
Grogu. But like as a I guess as a commercial, it's fine. Like it's surprising in that like, oh wait, it's about this movie and not about beer. But it didn't get me more excited for the movie, like excited for the movie at all.
No, yeah, same. I think specifically my problem with it is that it feels so canned. It feels glossy and fake. I mean, I had the same complaint about the Fincher movie, but it doesn't feel real, and I'd feel
That's
less worried
right.
about
Is it your
that.
TV?
Yeah. Yeah, something's wrong with my TV. I got, like, the the high def setting on. I mean, there's just something about it, like, the real problem is that, like, the trailer that they did put out also kinda looked, filmed on a set, really crisp, really, like, fake.
Mm.
And Star Wars shouldn't feel that way? I don't know. Is it okay to say that? That Star Wars should have some grit to it? You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my issue with it is that it doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't tell us why we should
Yeah.
get excited for this movie.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, you remember these two characters?
Yeah.
They still exist and they're gonna be in a movie.
They're still characters, and they still know each other. And his name's still not Baby Yoda. Any other trailers or even commercials in general that stood out to you?
I'm trying to think which commercials stood out to me. I don't know. I feel like there were some in the moment where I was like, oh, that's clever. It stands out, but I can't remember any of them now, which would makes them failures as
Yeah,
commercials.
exactly. And that's actually funny because I was watching it with my kids who and my daughter is 11, so there were more than a few times where she was like, "What does that even mean? Like, what is that even a product for? Why is that the commercial?" And I was like, "Well, you were talking about it." And, like, I would just, like, drive home that, like, just sometimes weird is good, gets you talking about it. But as a family, like, there were a few commercials that stood out. For some reason, the one where the horse raises a baby eagle, uh, I mean, I wanted to text my brother-in-law who's a Colts fan. I was like, "Eagles and Colts represented in the Super Bowl, finally." But as a commercial, like, we were talking during that commercial and being like, "Oh, that's cute," or like, "Oh, that's fun." Like, "Oh my god, he's teaching him how to fly." Like, "This is amazing." Like, we were loving that sort of thing. A State Farm commercial, or I don't know what it is. Like, was it for
I thought it was a
beer?
beer commercial.
It might be beer, because nothing says beer like raising a bird and teaching it how to fly. Maybe if you're, like, teaching the bird to fly to get you beer to bring it back to you.
They also used Freebird in that commercial.
Okay.
The only thing I could think of was free chicken, which is a joke from Arrested Development. They couldn't use Freebird.
They couldn't afford it, but this beer commercial could. It was a fun bit of commercials. It was not terrible, and the trailers were fine.
Yeah.
I wish I
Um,
could think of another one that was really great, but even I mean, Supergirl, I didn't think they were gonna show me anything where I was like, "Oh, cool, like, that's cool," but, like, little baby Crypto was nice.
mhm.
And then even as I'm saying those words, I'm like, "Oh my god, are they pandering to me and I'm falling for it? Are they cute dogging me? Did DC cute dog me during the Super Bowl?"
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, and I totally fell for it, and it worked. I don't know, I was gonna see the movie anyway. I got to see a cute CGI dog. I mean, that's the other thing, lots of CGI, lots of AI. I saw a commercial today where they used AI in the past 2 days to create a commercial about the commercials, and it's completely AI, and they're like, "Isn't AI great? Come on over to this website, and we'll show you how to AI." And I was like, "Gross." Yeah, my
Yeah.
dog's upset about it.
Um, I thought the one, I think it was Gummy Nerds, where like
Yeah,
the giant nerd was getting like smushed with other little nerds. I was like, oh no, Rat King.
Rat King. He's a Rat King. Yeah, that's the kinda commercial where as it was going on, we were, like, doing voices for him, like, "These are my babies," and they're just, like, all over it, and then yeah, it was a very gross commercial. But the candy looks great, though.
The Scream commercial was on. Like,
Is it anything new though? I feel like we saw it all, right?
I don't know that I knew that it was going to be her, like Sydney Prescott and her daughter.
Yeah, who's the same age that Sydney was in the first movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, a way to go to try to bring it full circle to like jumpstart another cast so they can do Scream 8 through 10, maybe.
You can't jumpstart a new cast every movie. You can't get to like finish your trilogy and then be like, all right, time to introduce a new cast. Wait, time to introduce a new cast. And then 5 years later, time to introduce a new cast. Although I thought oh my god, 6 and 7, 6, 7. I thought Scream 6 and 7, the past two, right? Or were they 5 and 6? Oh, 5 and 6.
5 and
Right?
6, yeah,
5 and 6, thank God.
because this one's 7.
5 and 6 were a good duo. Would have loved that third movie, but they fired the main character, which was I
They
think a big
fired the
mistake.
leads.
They fired the two leads, which seemed like a major error. Uh, I love Sydney Prescott as a main character. I love Nev Campbell in this role, but she has to go away for you to miss her. Like she can't just come back every yeah. She should have been gone for a trilogy and then come back, or come back in the third one too. I don't know. But I feel like this is gonna feel exactly like the other ones where she came back felt, and it's not gonna be special. And I'm a little
Yeah.
bummed.
Is Kevin Williamson directing this one, did I hear?
Is that right?
I think so.
Grem 7. IMDb. What do you say, computer? Yes. Kevin Williamson, director. Has he directed anything before?
I don't know.
Two things. Do you want to take bets before I open it?
No, I do not.
No, I don't. Okay. The other movie he did. Oh, so Scream hits in 1996, 1997, something like that. And then Scream 2 comes out, and then Kevin Williamson, they're like, "The kingdom is yours. What would you like to direct?" And he says, "Teaching Mrs. Tingle."
Was that so? Like that vaguely sounds familiar. Like I think it's also another horror movie, right?
It's a very Scream-esque horror movie.
Yeah.
Same feel,
I wa-
same hip, cool cast.
I feel like I can picture the poster. Like I feel like somebody's holding an apple in the poster, right?
Yeah, someone from the creek.
Was it what's her face?
It is what's her face?
Yeah,
Blonde or
you
brunette?
know who I'm talking about.
Blonde or brunette?
Brunette. I'm saying brunette.
It is brunette. What's her face? It's Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes and Barry Bostwick, and I didn't know this, but Helen Mirren is Mrs. Tingle. I think back then in 1999, I didn't know who Helen Mirren was. Like I think she wasn't on my radar until God, when did she really burst onto my weird scene? Probably The Queen, actually. That's a weird movie for me to be all like, I'm a young man. I'm really into The Queen this year. Anyway, Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Never saw it. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. Um, I think that's it for trailers, right? In terms of ones that stood out.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bummer we didn't get more slam dunks, but there weren't any. The ones we got, like the ones we mentioned, were fun.
All right, everyone. So what do you think of the Super Bowl trailers? Are there ones that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. Um, and if you like this, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you all on the next one.